Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, it's David here and welcome back to another ATLUS news video. And I'm excited to be here today because we have information that we've been all speculating on for a long time and hoping for a long time. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this news to come up and it is finally here. And I have to be honest, and I'm sorry, I know someone asked me about this exact topic in a video comment a few days back and I kind of gave up on a potential multi-platform / complete edition of Shin Megami Tensei V to release. I felt it was too late. The game's 3 years old at this point, so I'm like, they're just gonna move straight into SMT V Final or a sequel to SMT V, and that's gonna be it. So to that person that I said that I didn't think it would happen, I'm taking my L. Sorry, I forgot the name here. Feel free to call me out. So here is our news. Yes, Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance was rated last night in South Korea, and there's a lot of importance behind this because it is a leak that you can totally believe. It is factual information from a ratings board. Generally speaking, if you don't know, when a game gets seen by a ratings board, it's to put a grading or rating on it. Like here in the United States, in America, it's the ESRB. So you have SMT V, which is rated M for mature. That's after going through ESRB. Well, sometimes whenever games are not announced, they have to go through that ratings board because when they are shown, there's always that rating in a trailer. So if SMT V Vengeance, which again, we'll look at the details of the rating in a sec, which is a complete edition of SMT V, if that is about to be announced or if it will be shown in some way, shape, or form in the future, they have to rate it. So let's get into it. As always with my videos, you can find my sources in the description. So this is another article from Reggie here at Persona Central, very familiar with this site here on the channel. Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance rated in South Korea. And they're explaining here that the ratings board is Korean Game Rating and Administration Committee, or GRAC. The original game was released worldwide, blah blah blah, we know about that. The rating description states that the game is a complete edition of Shin Megami Tensei V with improvements and additional content. Shortly after this listing was discovered, the rating was removed from the website, and here is a screenshot of someone who was able to screenshot it before that happened. Now, they're also saying that in June of 2023, there's a big leaker that is very notable that mentioned the complete edition of SMT V. We talked about that back then. It's not really a surprise, even if I kind of gave up on the fact that it would happen at some point. It makes sense. You gotta remember, y'all, Shin Megami Tensei V broke sales records for ATLUS. It sold extremely well. It's over 1 million in 3 months on one platform alone, being Switch. So if they bring that game back with improvements, with a better frame rate, with better visuals on all platforms, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, it's gonna do super well as well. It's a second life for that game. So I'm glad that it's happening. I'm glad that we're getting more Shin Megami Tensei, even though I'm not... Well, now they're talking about new content, enhanced... How did he phrase it? Additional content and improvements. So if there's additional content, I am excited for that. I do want to play additional content. I love SMT V, but I was very comfortable with the Switch port, well, the Switch version of SMT V. I thought it was a decent version of the game. I don't want to start a debate. I know a lot of people don't like it as much. I did, and I was fine with it. So if it was just a straight up port, like 60 frames on PlayStation, for example, I'd play it a little bit, but it would not make me super excited. Now, when they're talking new content, I'm thinking Strange Journey Redux, like for example, probably a bad example, but you know, new dungeon, new character. Hopefully they can improve on some of the story and character development, some of the stuff that people complained about. That'd be awesome. Now, before we move on from Reggie's article here, they're saying something interesting. ATLUS titles previously rated in Korea from the same ratings board have leaked before and included Persona 3 Portable for PC, which of course came out early last year, Catherine for Body for Switch, which was a 2020 release if I'm not mistaken, and 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim Prologue, which again was the Switch version of Aegis Rim if I'm not mistaken. So it's all very interesting information. Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance, and at this point, you guys probably have heard the rumors, but last week there was supposed to be a Nintendo Direct mini partner showcase. Apparently it was delayed behind the scenes because of the Microsoft podcast talking about them bringing their games to other platforms, which can sound out there, but at the same time there's rumors for Microsoft games to be revealed during that partner showcase. It kind of was confirmed by Phil Spencer during the podcast as well. So it's not a surprise, and I'm fully expecting a partner showcase this week. Are we going to see Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance at the Partner Showcase? It's possible, because clearly they're going to put that version of the game on Switch again. I'm really hoping, because you guys noticed, right? There's no mention of other platforms on the rating board. There's no mention of platforms final. Now, when you look back at the rumor from last year that I mentioned earlier, that rumor was talking about multi-platform. And I'll be honest, I put it on my thumbnail, and to me, if they bring back SMT V with new content, it's not going to be content that is big enough to be worth a new $60 release on Switch alone. Hear me out. If they do this, let's take my example of Redux here again. They do a new dungeon, new character, for example. That would be new content that is fine, but would you really buy a new version of the game on the same platform for $60? If you're a big fan like myself, you will, but if you're not, it's a better opportunity to, hey, let's bring the game to other platforms, PlayStation, PC, Xbox, snag a Game Pass deal while you're at it. And while we're at it, we know SMT fans are on Switch, let's put it on Switch as well. So I'm honestly, Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance, to me, I'm willing to bet a lot of money that this is our Shin Megami Tensei V complete with a little bit of new content on all platforms. We'll keep an eye on it, and I'm pretty confident about it. And please tell me if you guys believe my theory here. Does it make sense for ATLUS to port SMT V with just a little bit of new content on only Switch? Or is it better to just port it on all platforms with enhanced, and they even said enhanced visuals and everything in the description, right? Yeah, they said a complete edition with improvements and additional content. It can be gameplay improvements though, so it's fun to speculate on, but I cannot see Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance being a complete edition like the ratings boarding is telling us, and not releasing on other platforms. And I'm gonna put a poll on my community page as well, so make sure you guys vote. I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts. And again, if you want to participate for the polls, make sure you ring that notification bell. If you want to stay tuned on all things ATLUS news, make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell. I would really do appreciate it. Thank you all so much for watching. A quick thumbs up if you like the video is a big help. You have a great day, y'all. Bye.